It's the platform that all your favorite celebrities, influencers, and entrepreneurs are hanging out on these days, but you can't seem to get in the door? No worries, in today's video, I want to share with you how you can get a Clubhouse app invite. First, let's talk about Clubhouse and why is everyone talking about it right now? I'll share with you the 3 different ways that you can secure that coveted Clubhouse invite. You know what? You can actually hack the invite thing and you can invite people without using one of your invites. I'll share that with you too. And then let's get into how not to use Clubhouse if you want to stay in the Clubhouse good books and if you want to land a good impression with your favorite influencers, celebrities, and entrepreneurs who are also on the app. So what is Clubhouse and why is everyone talking about it? Well, it's this drop-in audio app. It's pretty cool that it's the first app that I've ever heard of that's audio only. You go into the Clubhouse room and they have what they call the hallway. There's all these different rooms going on with different topics and different experts in there talking about, you know, their expertise. And you can drop in on that app. You can listen to the conversation. You can raise your hand to be brought up on stage and ask questions or get involved in the conversations. You can be brought on to be a moderator if people recognize that it's a topic of your expertise. It's been a really cool app for me personally to use. I've loved the people that I've connected with. I've loved the opportunity to be up on stages and share my knowledge and my expertise, and also the ability to raise my hand and ask questions to experts that I might not have otherwise had the opportunity to speak to. I found that a lot of amazing experts, influencers, entrepreneurs, even celebrities are on the app and they're using it all the time, especially because it's audio only. It's something that you can use on the go. Maybe instead of listening to a podcast, you drop in on a Clubhouse room, or while you're on the go, you can just have it on, be involved in conversations anywhere you are. As of right now, the thing about Clubhouse is it's an invite-only app. You have to be invited to the app, which is a really interesting way that they marketed it. It created this huge hype that people were looking for invitations. They were begging for invitations. Or when people would finally get invited on, it created this level of status that people were so excited to share, on Facebook or on Instagram of, hey, I'm on Clubhouse, here's my username, add me. And that's admittedly what got me intrigued about the app. At first I thought, oh, is it this other shiny object? Am I going to get hooked into something else? Do I need to be investing my time into it? But as I saw other people getting super excited about it, obviously there's something to it that I got onto the app and I can understand the hype. So as I mentioned, it's an invite-only app. And when you join the app, you get 1 invite. Now, the more active you are on the app, you'll continue to get more invites so you can bring more friends into it. Also, the more you use those invites and people come on and they're using the apps, you're going to continue getting more invites. The way to invite someone right now is by having them as a contact in your phone. In your iPhone right now, it's only available for iOS. And if they're a contact in your phone, you can invite them to the app. They get to come onto the app and it shows on their profile forever that you're the person that brought them in on the app. So I'd love to hear from you. Where did you initially hear about Clubhouse? Online? From a friend? Are you on it? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Now, how do you actually get a coveted Clubhouse app invite? Well, there's a few different ways. You can sign up for the waitlist on their app or on the Clubhouse website, but this might not guarantee you a spot. There are tons of people who are trying to get spots in this app. The other thing you can do is maybe you make a social media post to your friends, to your family. You can even tag Clubhouse. Also doesn't guarantee that they're going to see it and get you a spot. But just by putting it out there that, hey, I'm looking for an invite to the app, maybe some of your friends have some invites available. I think the best way for you to be able to get an invite is through networking, by making that post on your social media or straight up asking the people that you know that are on Clubhouse saying, hey, I'm looking to get in on the party too. Do you have any invites? Just straight up ask for what it is that you want. Network with influencers, people in the space that are using the app, and sooner or later, I'm sure someone will turn up with an invite for you too. Now, there is also a hack to be able to give an invite. If you are someone that you're already on Clubhouse, there's a way that you can actually invite people without it using one of your invites. If someone in your contacts list on your phone downloads the app, you may get a notification allowing them into Clubhouse without using up one of your invites. So keep an eye out for that notification on your phone and spread the joy. Now, here's the coolest thing that I didn't expect when I first got on the app. It's how you can use Clubhouse in your marketing to get new clients. One of the best ways you can do that is to get into Clubhouse rooms based on the expertise that you can speak to. Get involved in the conversation, raise your hand, ask thoughtful questions, get on stage, and share your expertise on the subject matter. I've found that every time I go on Clubhouse, because you can put a link in your bio to your Instagram account, I end up, after being in a Clubhouse room, getting a ton more followers on my Instagram and a ton of people in my DMs asking me about my products and services. So just by spending some time on the app, getting involved in the conversations, you may find some really big benefits. The other huge benefit is it's such an amazing networking ground to be able to network with your Dream 100. You know, your list of people that you want to be able to build relationships with, or maybe JV with, or just, you know, be friends with. A lot of them are on these apps, and you can set up notifications to notify you when they're in Clubhouse rooms or when they start ones, that if you just keep showing up in the app, showing up, building conversation, providing value, being respectful, and showing up for their audience, that could really help to get them to notice you and build that relationship with you on Clubhouse and off of Clubhouse. And before I get into my advice on what not to do on Clubhouse, I noticed that you haven't subscribed yet. Subscribe to my channel because I'm putting out videos like this every single week to help you up-level your marketing, your business, and scale you to 7. I even have some clients at 8 figures. Let's talk about what not to do on Clubhouse. I've certainly seen my fair share of this, and it's pretty obvious to tell, oh, that's not something that you do. What you don't want to do in Clubhouse is take over the room, talk too much, or not respect other speakers' time to share. Because all the people on Clubhouse are here, they want to provide value, they also want to listen to a ton of people. If someone comes in and they just totally take over the room without the invitation to do so, it's totally fine to be brought up on stage and ask a question, but I've also been in rooms where someone is brought up on stage, they want to ask a question of the moderators on the panel, and instead they end up sharing their whole life story, and it gets really awkward that they feel like it's really important that they give you the backstory. Since experiencing this, I've also experienced rooms where they tell you if you're going to come up on the stage to just say, hello, my name is, insert your name, my question is, and just to go straight into it. And even when they direct you to say that, there's still tons of people that are like, I'm just going to give you a little bit of my backstory. For the speakers, for the moderators, for the other people that have questions, you want to just abide by the rules. Ask your question, provide value when invited to. For the most part, network by maybe asking a great question without having to give your full backstory if it wasn't asked for. The great thing with Clubhouse is that when you enter a room, you're automatically muted and you're just put in the audience. The only way that you are brought up onto the stage is if a moderator brings you up. Maybe if they see that you're an expert on this topic, they can bring you up and you can decide if you want to be a moderator, if you want to share the stage, or you raise your hand and they bring you up to ask a question. When you're brought up on stage, I would recommend muting yourself until it's your turn to speak. And again, just be precise, be to the point, ask a really valuable, thought-provoking question, thank the speakers, and be subtle about any promos. It's not your space to just take over the room or talk too much or be disrespectful. The best ways to network, I would say, is by maybe joining the smaller rooms where it's more conversational. If there are bigger rooms where lots of people are trying to ask questions of the experts on the panel, come in, listen, be polite, ask your question, and create space for other people to get a good experience. If you want to learn more about creating content that actually converts into cash flow, I've created just the training for you. If you click the link below, I'm going to give you access to that today for free. See you in the next video.